Hey, it's Leo, and welcome to the Karis Collaborative. So, the last time you saw me, I was making another one of these life update videos saying that we were gonna be returning to YouTube after a year absence. That was 2 years ago. Apologies for our unintentional 3-year absence. Gonna talk a little bit, I guess, about why that is, and just kind of give you a life update over the last 2 years, what we've been up to. I'm gonna try and just make it kind of like quick and to the point, because I don't feel like you should care. Maybe you do though, so it's kind of relevant to our affect and some of the behavioral changes you might see, so it's essential that I get it out and just let you guys know what's been up anyway. So we were seeing a specialist for the last 3 years. She was pretty helpful. She helped to lower amnesia barriers quite a bit. She built communication. We got a lot more like tools in our trauma toolbox to actually help us cope with some emotional issues and flashbacks and any traumatic upheaval that might happen. So we're able to self-regulate. That's kind of what I'm trying to get at. We're able to self-regulate more now, which is good for reasons that I'll get into in a second. We learned a lot about ourselves and our parts and a little bit about our trauma. It takes us a while to build trust though, so it wasn't like we spent all 3 of those years working on trauma. A lot of it was trust building with our therapist. We went down from 25 parts to 20, which is awesome. Hoping to get it lower still, but I'll take 20 parts for now. And we learned a lot more about the cave parts inside. It is essentially organized as its own internal system that we're cut off from. A lot more severe and categorized aspects of our trauma locked away in there. They kind of got their own gatekeeper, their own primary protector, which, you know, we knew some about already, but we're getting a lot more in depth with the information that we are, I guess, allotted from them. I guess that goes back to the dissociative barriers, lessening and all that. Still not able to directly communicate, facilitate communication between our two halves. We started both physical and psychiatric meds, both of which have helped to stabilize us. Both of which have helped to stabilize us a lot more. I don't know if I mentioned this in my last update video, but we started testosterone 3 years ago. That'll account for the fact that everybody's voice is going to be lower. So if you notice that, don't be creeped out. That's not because of the integrations. I think I'm the only one who's integrated with another part in the last 3 years. To be honest, I have no idea to what degree that's affected my behaviorisms or how noticeable that'd be for other people. I don't know. If I seem different, that might be why. The testosterone, it's helped to build our confidence a lot more, lessen our dysphoria. Other than that, we started psychiatric meds, tried a few different ones that we've since gone off of, but right now we're on prazosin, gabapentin, Lexapro, Wellbutrin, and Adderall because we were diagnosed with combined type ADHD. Shout out to that one person in that live stream I was having. I think it was my birthday live stream maybe. They had commented something like, do you have ADHD? Because, you know, I do, and I feel like noticing a lot of symptoms in you. And I think I proceeded to go on a long rambling rant about how people around me think that I do, but I don't know, I've never been diagnosed, so we'll see. But I'm gonna, you know, neglect to accept it until I get definitive evidence. And it was like way too long for what neurotypical person would have responded with that question. Other than that, the prazosin has been a lifesaver. That medication has probably been the most helpful out of all the other psychiatric meds we've been prescribed, except for Adderall. But honestly, all of them have been helpful. We're no longer agoraphobic, which is nice. It was getting way worse over the years, so to have it recede is preferable. I'm actually able to function and enjoy going out at times. I want to say I usually, like, there's still, that anxiety's still there. I don't know if it'll ever really truly go away. It's still in the background, but it's at least a functional level of anxiety. When I say that, I don't mean like a normal person level. Like, it's not functional as in, it's still pathological anxiety for sure. Like, I don't think normal people function on the day-to-day with this much anxiety, but it's livable and I'm able to enjoy aspects of life that I wasn't able to before. So that's progress. The social anxiety is a lot less as well. Not as easily triggered, and I'm able to like regulate my mood a lot more. Probably the shittiest thing that's happened over the last 3 years is that Milk died from a seizure. I don't know what else to say about that. Moving on. I mentioned we were seeing that specialist at the beginning of the video. We're not anymore. She's retired. which fucking sucks because we've been having a lot of trouble finding somebody who's like an adequate replacement that has enough knowledge about our condition, especially after being spoiled for the last few years. We're definitely currently doing worse off psychologically than we were during our break in the last few years, and I was kind of analyzing that, thinking about it, and I think we do tend to make more videos and be more interested in making content when we need more help processing shit, or when we are doing worse off. Obviously there's like a level of eustress there, like if we're too fucked up, we're not gonna be making any videos. Not fucked up at all, or having help processing, then we don't really feel the need necessarily. And I mean, there's other factors as well, like how busy our schedule is, but I do think that definitely contributes to at least our desire to make content. Yeah, it helps to strengthen our internal communication by working on a joint project. It encourages us to like actually reflect on shit that's going on with us, actually activates some higher level thinking functions in our brain, and it's just a nice break from our like day-to-day life. I really don't know that there's much else we need to put out regarding updates relative to our life. If there's any questions you have, definitely ask them in the comments and I'll answer. I really want to get to sharing some of those tools in the trauma toolbox that have been added from our specialists to you guys, especially for those that might not have access to that level of care. If there's anything in particular relative to that as well that you'd like to know, I'll either answer you in a comment or it'll be added to our video ideas list. We have a lot of video ideas that have been piling up. We did a bit of rebranding with the video introduction in the background here. The introduction makes me feel like we're in a 90s sitcom, but I think it's cute. The background is nice to have the same location for color correcting purposes. We have a lot of stuff that we want to get out there. It's just a matter of having the time to film it. Anyway, I'm just gonna keep rambling if we don't turn on this video. I hope everybody's doing well. Thank you for watching. Alright. Bye guys.